Hello, my name's Ann Guer. I'm the Executive Director of CCAI, and this is our first edition of Meet the CCAI members. In these times when it's difficult for us to meet in person, we thought it would be a good idea to give you some introductions to members from around the country. And today I'm happy to say we're starting with Duane Fudge of Chemetall. Duane is our incoming CCAI National President, and this is the first of what we hope to be many Meet the CCAI member videos. So Duane, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great, Ann. Now that we've leapt over the technological challenges, I think I'm good.
Always fun with learning technologies in this current environment. So Duane, I'm going to ask you a series of questions. We want these to be informal and fun. We want to give our members a chance to know you. And hopefully this will be a way for us to continue to connect throughout these challenging times. So first, why don't you tell me who you work for and what are your primary responsibilities?
Well, I work for Chemetall, but a division of BASF in the coatings group. And so we have the electrocoat folks from BASF as our immediate parent. And as Chemetall, we're the surface treatment company. I've been here 13 years, but over 30 years in the industry. And my current responsibilities have to do with marketing and product management, along with technical support of the sales force and customers.
Okay, so Duane, I'm curious, did you, when you started looking for a job, did you start looking in the industrial finishing marketplace, or did you start your career somewhere in another industry? It's always curious to know how people found their way into industrial finishing.
You know, I signed up for chemical engineering classes at Drexel University. And at the time when I signed up, they had 80 or 90% placement. But you know how the world is and the economy changes. And by the time I graduated with a degree in chemical engineering, the market had changed dramatically. And but I was able to find a job. And the job I got was with a privately owned paint manufacturer. And we made not really paints, but I would call them coatings, because there was a lot more performance than just decorative, like let's say household paints. They were containing fluorocarbons. For most people know today, the most common is the nonstick cookware, like a frying pan with its fluorocarbon coating inside. And while doing that, it's apparent when you're applying paints and evaluating their performance that you get good adhesion. And good adhesion means good surface preparation. So I started to learn a little bit about preparing surfaces prior to painting for corrosion resistance and paint adhesion. And one thing led to another. A couple of years later, I was working for my first surface treatment company. And I've been in the finishing industry since, if you consider the paint company, since graduation from college, but into the chemical side of surface treatment just a couple of years later, and I've been there ever since. So to more directly answer your question, no, I didn't seek out the finishing industry. I kind of happened upon it, and it sucked me in, and I've been here forever.
Great. Hey, can you tell me how you got involved with CCAI?
Well, obviously being a part of the finishing industry, CCAI is one of the foremost trade associations for people that are in this business of finishing. And so I wanted to get involved.
Can you tell me what kind of value you've gotten out of CCAI for over the years? You've been a member for quite a few years now. A couple of points on the different values you've received.
Well, really the connection to the industry. I mean, being a part of CCAI tells myself and it tells the industry, hey, we're here. We're part of this organization. We're here to help you. We're here to support you. And we want to know you. We want to assist you. So really, the meetings and the interaction has been by far the greatest value. Just putting faces to names and getting a chance to meet some of these faces in person, which obviously here with the pandemic, we've taken a step backward with the in-person meetings, but really getting to know some of the pillars of the industry and to work with them and build a relationship with them has been absolutely the greatest value.
Okay, you've been to a lot of CCAI events over the years. Can you give me a fun favorite memory from a CCAI event that you've attended?
I hate to start out by saying, geez, I really wish we'd gone to Montana, because I was so looking forward to that, and it might have topped it. But, we've been to a lot of great places. Albuquerque, Mexico was beautiful, and riding the cable cars up into the mountains and being 2 miles up and looking down. Being out near Seattle and seeing the Cascade Mountains and the waterfalls and things. We've seen some beautiful places, but it's really not just the wonderful views and the fun we've had together, but the interaction and the meetings that have been great.
Awesome. So certainly 2020 has been a very unusual, interesting, and challenging year. Can you share any insights of things that have helped you and maybe your company navigate through these challenging times beyond these meetings that we seem to have online multiple times a day?
Some days I'm on meetings online 6-8 hours a day, and it's a little bit exhausting, but the pandemic has really put people, all of us as individuals, in a very strange place where we're isolated. And I have a team of product managers and marketing folks that report to me, and each one is in their separate home offices under different conditions, coming together using WebEx and Microsoft Teams and just talking to each other, but every once in a while doing a video so we can look at each other in the face and stay connected as human beings has been really important, because when you stay connected, you stay focused, you stay motivated, and we talk about the problems that we have just working from home. It's become the norm. Used to be when we're on a video conference or a WebEx, you hear a dog barking in the background or some of these kids. But today, that's totally the norm, right? Everybody's got those sounds going on, and it's just part of life. So it's interesting how we've embraced merging life and work together because of this situation. But like I said, staying in contact with people brings me joy and keeps me connected to the world. And I think that keeping those connections and those relationships is really what will get us through this pandemic and life.
And if you didn't have a career in finishing right now, what else do you think you might be doing?
In finishing, we talk about manufacturing because the two are so intertwined. To me, when I was in college, I envisioned, distillation columns and boilers and the chemical process things you see in a refinery or other chemical plants. But honestly, manufacturing, it really has my heart. I love manufacturing, and I think I would be in a process engineer or in management at some sort of manufacturing application.
Okay, last question. Tell us about something fun that you enjoy to do away from work. What do you do to relax?
I love the outdoors. I love hiking, but my first love truly is fishing. And in the last several years, through a good friend of mine at work, I've expanded my fishing into the fly fishing area, which is a very challenging and exciting and fun way to spend the time. But just paddling around the lake with my wife in my canoe and fishing for bass and stuff like that is really brings me joy and helps me unplug and kind of commune with nature a little bit, and I enjoy that.
Well, I certainly hope you get to practice that fly fishing next time you're in Montana.
I had actually set up a trip on Flathead Lake that I had to cancel. So I was planning to do it, and I will plan to do it again when we set it up next year.
Outstanding. Well, Duane, thank you very much for your time today. I hope this gives members a little insight to who you are, and look forward to getting back to being able to see each other in person before too long.
Thank you, Ann. It's great seeing you. All right.
Same here. Take care.
Bye-bye.